Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. And I apparently, there we go. Um, it's been a while since I last streamed. And I can hear myself multiple times. Why can I do that? Oh, that's why. Sorted. Pushing buttons. You can tell it's been a while since I last streamed. I've got nothing set up. Um, Welcome. Your friendly neighbourhood Justice Fallon here. Camera's over there. And gonna do some Train Sim World 2, not 3, 2, but we're going to be discussing Train Sim World 3. The reason it's very, very early in the day for this, it's incredibly warm in the UK at the moment. Currently 25 degrees, and in about 3 hours' time it's going to hit 32, which is a lot. And it's going to be 32 like the rest of the day. And then into the evening. And the UK, we're not prepared for, heat. So I have a tiny little fan, which is keeping my hand cool, because otherwise I get this. That was only a minor bit of wind noise. Maybe if we're going like super fast on the train, I might do a bit of wind noise, just for effect. But yeah, the main plan for this is to talk a little bit about Train Sim World 3, as it was announced. Today is Saturday. It was announced on Tuesday. I think everyone kind of saw it coming, but there's been a lot of negativity about it, and I'm going to talk a bit about that. We're going to drive some train, which is always fun, and we're going to do, as you can see from the screen, the LMS Stereo Class 8F. This is going to be particularly interesting for myself because I've never driven it. Oh, just to finish off the heat thing, the reason I'm doing it, my computer at the moment is overheating. As soon as I finish playing a game, it goes and shuts itself down, which is really awkward. Luckily, it seems to hold throughout playing a game. But I figured if I'm playing and streaming and doing all this good stuff, I would try and edge my bets and go, hey, let's do it early in the day when it's just a bit cooler. So fingers crossed, all will be good. I'm just going to very quickly have a look at my GPU temperature. It's already at 86 degrees Celsius. So if I suddenly stop streaming, if I suddenly disappear, it's because my computer's died. So hopefully it won't. Let's jump in. I haven't driven this train ever. Hello. I have a friend. That's nice. Now I actually remember last time we did this, the game volume was exceptional. So let's turn that down quite a lot. Because of this, the safeties. So I've not driven this train ever, so I genuinely don't have much of a clue. Luckily, I've got to wait for a minute so I can try setting things up. We probably need some of the old large ejector going on, so we've got some brake. Braking is very useful. It's probably 21, same as the other one. Okay. Let's open so we can get a bit of going on. Brakes are already off. Give us a 2. And where's the regulator? There it is. Let's see if we can get some movement happening. There we go. Oh. I was expecting a really, really heavy load. Yeah, I don't think we're going to have too much of a problem hauling this. I was really ready for some exciting, I'm pulling thousands of bajillions of tons of stuff, and we've just got some brake vans. Ah, well, it'll be a fun adventure for us all anyway. Let's give it a bit more. I think we can turn our cylinder cocks off. There we go. Now, I genuinely don't remember the keys that I set up. I know I changed it. I know I did some messing around with um, keyboard controls because I wasn't happy with how they were. But I'll be honest, it's been a while since I last played. So let's see what happens. Okay. So that does that. That's good. So while we're in the yard, okay. Okay, cool. That's fine. Just because it's fun to use the whistle, frankly. I always forget how pretty this is. That you might notice, actually, sad news. Senior Sloth, who is always here, he's not here today. And you won't see him for a while, unfortunately. For we are moving house. And I say moving house, we're moving from. Why are we slowing down? It sounds like some brakes are on. Thank you. Let's tone that down a little bit. Is the combination brake not on? Combination brake. Steam brake application. I don't want any steam brake. I want that off. What madness is this? Ah! Why are you turning on? What have I done? Or what haven't I done? I've already broken the train. This is awkward. Okay, we've got that. We've got that. That's fine. That's good. We're moving. Stay. Oh, we're moving. We need to make up a bit of time now, but that's okay. Ooh, I'm wondering if... No, okay. I was wondering if, because S is usually like the slow down and brakey stuff, if I'd managed to break it. It's fine. We're good. We're sorted. We're golden. Steam train, yeah. Let's do more whistle. I love it. It's grand. And one of the reasons I've picked this route, the Spirit of Steam, is for it is coming out with Train Sim World 3. We're speeding. Only a little bit though. And so I thought this would be a good one to pick to kind of talk about stuff, general stuff. About the pre-orders, about all of that kind of good stuff, and about why I feel, as someone who is obviously not qualified to talk about, why Train Sim World 3 is happening, why it's not being released as a free update, which seems to be the big kind of, why are you not doing this as a freebie? And to talk a little bit about kind of my knowledge of the games. I'm not going to pretend like I was a massive part of the gaming industry in the early 2000s, because I wasn't. But I got around a bit. I worked with the Unreal Engine an awful lot, and I was part of the team that were doing Unreal Fortress, which was taking Team Fortress, which was a mod for Quake originally, I think, and recreating kind of that whole thing in the Unreal Engine, which was great fun. I worked on it for a couple of years, did an awful lot with our awesome team of modders. Really, really cool guys and girls. And I worked as part of the modding team with mapping. So I was doing, I, I was creating just a general lot of maps. We were recreating some original maps. We were recreating some of the classics with a different kind of vibe because Unreal had its own kind of feel, and we were trying to kind of do some good stuff with that. But as a consequence of that, I've worked in the Unreal Engine a decent amount. I say a decent amount. I was like 4 or 5 years of my life, and it was great. And it doesn't mean I have kind of a good idea when they're talking about different things. I know what they're on about. Also, pink straw today, not the red one. I almost decided against it. I thought I'll wait till later, but it's quite warm. So, chocolate milkshake for the win. How are we doing? Yep, we're doing alright. So, in terms of the Unreal Engine, in terms of what they're creating, what they've put in, what they've changed, particularly in terms of the lighting, is massive. And I can completely understand why they have not released, or not releasing Train Sim World 3 as kind of a big update with the dynamic weather, with the new lighting, with the volumetric clouds, just because of the sheer amount of time it would have taken to have done that. Frankly, it's not easy making dramatic changes, and they have made dramatic changes to the engine. Like, really, why are you on again? Stop it! I've done something wrong here. I've definitely done something wrong. Something is unhappy. Should that be open? I think that should be open. I think I'm just losing all the brake pressure. I'm just like it's just going and just leaving. Because we're definitely accelerating now. It doesn't look as though there's any. There we go. Okay, I think we fixed it. It's been a while. Yeah, all the things they've had to put in, all the things they've changed, all the things that they've had to engineer, frankly, would mean that it's they get nothing from doing it as an update. Like as a company needs to earn money. It needs to earn money to exist. And doing an update that would bring in all of the things that they have for free, for not a penny, it would get goodwill. Yeah, of course it would. But it would cost them an absolute fortune. Like, not a small, insignificant amount of money. We're talking a fortune. So to release it as a full game, great. And it has meant they've had to been able to adapt a few things. So, for example, route lengths. All the routes in the new game, the basic core routes, are double the length, pretty much, of what they've currently got. Now, double the length, amazing. Like, that is fantastic. The London route that's southeastern route, sorry, that's coming with the game, massive route extension, like massive route extension. It's another 30-40 miles of a 30-40 mile route. So they've doubled it. Great. And it means for people like myself who like to do kind of long routes, hence I've gone for this hour-long one. Partly so I can talk to you wonderful people, but partly just because I like a long route. It means we've got them. We've got those long routes, and we can just train, which is what we are about. Right, that's not a yellow, so we're okay. Looking for the distance signals, and I'm going to attempt to look at them and brain. Summer holiday, I don't have a lot of brain at the same time, so we'll see how we go. But yeah, massive route extension, and it's in the new game, and that's great. And it looks so much better because of all the lighting effects, the volumetric skies. Spirit of Steam is being in there as well. I think they have thankfully kind of gone. Spirit of Steam is a bit of a big thing for us, so we need to make sure that we are supporting it in the new one. So unlike all of the old routes, we won't be getting volumetric skies in any of the old DLCs, and we won't be getting the new lighting, which is a great shame. But again, from my knowledge of Unreal Engine and on the streams that they've done, they've talked a lot about baking, and they didn't really explain it on the streams at all. And the reason I didn't do a video when they announced it, and I was kind of thinking, oh, I'm going to do a video about Train Sim World 3 on the day that it's been announced on the Tuesday. So actually, I'm going to wait because it was such a monumental under the hood change. I wanted to be able to get all the information. So they did an FAQ on the day. They did 2 separate roadmaps, and then they did a stream on the roadmap. So that's 4 whole things that they did about Train Sim World 3 between Tuesday and yesterday. And this week they're doing some streams this next week. What's the date today? It is the 13th of August, which is my mum and dad's wedding anniversary. So, hi mum and dad, happy anniversary. With the next week coming up, they are doing a stream of each of the new routes, and they're showing off kind of all the new things in practice, because screenshots are one thing, actually seeing it, something completely different. And if we just go into the cab, the volumetric clouds I think is going to be the biggest thing, because most of the screen, half of the screen that I can see there, is sky. If I look here, half of the screen is sky. If I go into this, it's like half of the screen is sky, so volumetric clouds are going to be huge. Because right now, that looks great. Looks lovely. But it's a texture. It's not, 3D in any way, shape or form. And because of that, it just doesn't look as immersive as it could. And with the dynamic weather, it's going to make a phenomenal difference to how it's going to look. I think I've left this too late. You know what? Full brakes. Ooh. I say this is going to be close, but I don't think it is. Actually, it's going to be closer than I thought. We're still going to be speeding. Actually, that was okay. Hello, people. Blast your faces off. Oh yeah. Right, we can fully open the regulator again. What was I saying? Things, stuff. Yeah. Yeah, volumetric clouds. All the stuff. Wonderful, great. Gonna look lovely. But putting it into all the old DLC, really, really difficult. The lighting. This is where the biggest issue is going to be for all the old DLCs. And when they talk about baking lights, ray tracing, great, wonderful, looks beautiful. And in terms of lighting, because it's done in real time, it's much easier to control. It's much easier to say, okay, light's there, it's going to light the room, it's going to be natural, as long as you've set it up right. And hey presto. So if this was ray traced, wherever the sun is, that's giving all the light onto the landscape. All the landscape will look real. All the shadows will be correct. Again, if it's set up right. And it'll look beautiful. Now, the shadows in this are quite hard, and they're popping in really, really badly. Considering everything's on maximum, yeah, the shadows aren't great. And going on to the clouds, ta-da! As all the shadows are pointing this kind of way, means the sun's over there. And if there was heavy clouds there, it would make no difference to what you're seeing. That's quite a nice shot, actually. I like it. Let's zoom in a little bit. Drain. So that's, that's just how it is in this game. That's just how it is. When you're not dealing with ray tracing, you have to tell the light, this is where the light is. And then the game needs to calculate where the lights are. And then it will do what's called baking the lights in. So it will, I'm not going to go into like super fancy tech language, partly because I don't know myself. Okay, I just made the maps, man. But whenever we create a map, whenever we do kind of put all the lightings in, we'd have to bake it. And on a map of kind of, I mean, we're talking 2003 to maybe 2004, early 2004. Yeah, we'd make a map, kind of 2 forts size, so decent size but not massive. Baking the lights would take a solid 5 minutes, solid. And that was on quite a beastly computer. Like my system at the time was, for the time, really tasty. And I had an FX57, which beautiful CPU, and it would take ages, ages to do the lighting, and that's on a small map. Let's say, for the sake of argument, one of the maps is 40 miles. Okay, so 40 miles. Baking in the lighting for a map that big, and even if they break it into kind of chunked maps so they're streaming the bits, baking the lights for that would take ages, like a phenomenal amount of time. And because it's not ray traced, and because all of the other things that it's coming out on, it's not just coming out on PC, because of the other consoles, we're talking 8th gen really, they can't really do ray tracing at all. Due to that, unfortunately, we have to bake the lights. We have to do it the old-fashioned way. And due to that, it's going to cause hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of putting together the lighting. It's not just a quick job, frankly, and they've now doubled the length of the routes. Doubled, pretty much. The one route is 115 miles. When I had a mooch through, kind of all the DLC I've got, I think the longest route I've got is about 48, 49 miles. So they're they're doing a darn good job of making super uber epic sized maps for Train Sim World 3, which is brilliant, and I love that. But I can understand why they're only doing 3 maps with all the new lighting, and why they've decided to go, we need to do this as a new game, because the amount of time they'll have spent, the amount of money they'll have spent doing that in a time when, and I hate to use the energy crisis as a big thing at the minute, but energy prices have gone up, which means creating the games has gone up. Now, we're not talking, one little computer that's doing, the coding, and one little computer that's doing all the graphics processing, and they'll be using, massive servers to make this stuff work. And that costs money, and it costs phenomenal amounts of money. So, baking the lights would cost them a good chunk of change on something that people have already bought. So they're not making any money from it. They're a company. They need to make money. So I have no qualms with them charging for this update, because frankly, Train Sim World 2 is brilliant. It looks beautiful. It does the job brilliantly. Keep playing that. You've bought your DLC. You've bought the game. You can keep playing it exactly as is. But if you want all the new shinies, you go to the new one. And the new shinies will only work on new things they're creating, with one exception: Spirit of Steam. Going back to what I said earlier, I'm glad they've gone, hey, this is a big thing for us. What we need to do is make sure we're supporting it. And they are. So, Spirit of Steam will not have that sky, which is a texture. It will have clouds, which means, because of where the light is, where the sun is, there will be cloud shadows. Can't wait for that. Which in theory means there'll be God rays as well. And I love me a God ray. Oh, I love me a God ray. I remember the first time I saw it in a game, and I just went, oh, that's glorious. Because lighting is so key to making something immersive. Actually, I think the sun's over there. Yeah, it's over there. Apparently, I can't tell things anymore. It's like, what, 26 minutes past 10 in the morning. In August. I'm hoping it's not, 30 bajillion degrees for the people on these brake vans. I'm assuming there's people on the brake vans. Hello? Hello there? Nope, there's nothing in it. Oh well. I'm assuming that yellow's not for me, it's for them. I don't know. But yeah, I can completely understand them doing a brand new game. I have no qualms with it. And the fact that all the DLC, with I think it's 2 exceptions, will go from Transport Fever 2. Transport Fever? That's a different game entirely. Train Sim World 2 into Train Sim World 3. No buying anything else. No paying. You just have it. You have it as is. You're not going to get all the volumetric clouds. You're not going to get the new lighting. You're going to get the dynamic weather, apparently, and that's great. Um, but it'll still look like this does, and that's fine. I have no issues with that at all. I very much love the whistle. Um, this looks precarious. I thought for a horrible moment I was going to end up being stuck into the signal box. Ooh, that was a slightly squeaky bum time. Right, we'll get up to 60. Um, I love the Harlem line and the other New York Metro line they've got on there. It's not Metro, but you know what I mean. Um, I love those two routes. Like that since we last saw you with the Train Sim World, um, I've literally just been playing on the Harlem line because I really, really enjoy it. I love those trains. They're fun to drive. They feel great. And I'm going to be able to transfer that up to Train Sim World 3, no problem. It's not going to be like one of those things where it's like, oh, I'm going to have to buy it again, or oh no, it won't work as well. It'll look exactly the same as it does now. The only difference is there'll be dynamic lighting, and that's brilliant. Not dynamic lighting, dynamic weather. It's the one thing I've always kind of felt this game lacks, because I get the train all the time. I get it to go to work. Hello, cow. Um, and when because I've turned the volume down, I don't know if you could hear that, but a cow just went. Very often, because my home station, Walsall, um, is very different to where I work. It's not that far away. It's a couple of miles. But it is one of those things that the weather can be raining there and be completely dry here. As I found out the one day when I went to work when it was really warm and I didn't take a coat or a hoodie or a hat because it was dry here and it was warm here, and I thought it'll be the same there. And I got off the train and I was very, very sad. And now we are breaking the speed limit, but we'll just deal with it. It's because I was talking. But in this, the weather right now is clear. So it will be clear all day. There'll be no change in weather. I particularly think I'll be spending most of my time playing in April because April showers. And the idea of it going from it's lovely and clear to rain just sounds great. Excuse me a second. I'm going to mute my mic while I get the dregs. I inhaled too many bubbles. Now then, there we go. So yeah, I have no issues with them being a third game at all. I'm still going to love playing on the Harlem line, whether it's in 2 or 3, and I will definitely be picking it up. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to be picking up the. I'm definitely not picking up the deluxe edition, and this is the bit that I'm not so happy about. I guess I'm not keen on how they've gone about this part. Excuse me, I need to cough. Ah, damn you, bubbles. There we go. Instead of doing bog standard version, deluxe edition, they've gone for deluxe, standard, UK, German, American, Steam. So 6 different versions, and I'm going to have to start slowing down because 15 mile an hour, that's not a lot. Um, and effectively every version comes with training center. And again, I like what they've done with this. To divorce train from route. And if you buy a route, or if you want a specific train, that train has a tutorial, and that tutorial is on the route. So the 8F, which is here, that I've never driven before until today, and I'm really glad it's very close to the Jubilee. I might slow down a little bit too early here, you know. Oh well. We'll keep doing about 30 till we get a bit closer. I said we'll do about 30 till we get a bit closer. Thank you. I said we'll do about 30. So I'm slowing down. I mean, we are going uphill, I guess. What was I saying? I got distracted. Oh yeah, 6 different versions. All of them come with Train Centre, and I like the idea that they've separated them because then you can just buy the train rather than the route. So the 8F, that's what I was saying. The 8F, I haven't done the tutorial for the 8F, but if I wanted to, that tutorial is on this route. So if I don't own the route, I don't have the tutorial. Steam trains are different to electric trains. Shock horror. Due to that, you know, you probably need some kind of tutorial on how the train works. Fair enough. If that tutorial is only on the route and you don't own the route, you can't do the tutorial, you can't drive the train. Training Centre negates that. Because all of a sudden, all of your tutorials are in one place, all accessible, no matter if you own the route or not. I'm assuming I'm going to go onto the different side of the track here, but I don't see any points or anything. Am I missing something? Oh no, we're going that way. I'm tempted to stop and jump off and light the breeze here. No, I'm not going to do it. I'm really tempted. We've had enough adventures already with not being able to turn the brakes off. Yeah, I like this idea because it does mean that if they release more steam trains, you can just buy the steam train and not have to have the route, because then you can stick it on whatever route you want and go, hey, special service, which is what this is, I think. So I really do like that idea. It's genuinely a fun one. And I have bought routes in the past on sale because I wanted a train. I'm not going to pretend that I haven't, and I think most people who've played the game probably done the same. Gone, I want that train a lot, but I don't like that route, but I'll buy it because then I get that train. And since they've been doing all the the off the rails stuff, where you can put any train on any service on any route, why the heck not? Yeah, it's great. I've still got 4.2 miles to go. We're going to miss our target. That's fine. You know, the braking issue did not help matters. Um, so I'm really excited to see kind of what they do with all that and what trains they start releasing as DLCs. And then just kind of where you can stick them, because they've said, you know, it'll add layers in different routes and all this, and that's brilliant. But what I don't like getting back to it, is how they have put the pricings together and the pre-order bonus. Okay, so I own Southeastern High Speed because I wanted a train in it. Didn't actually want the route. Not really got any interest in it. Haven't played it. Okay, wanted the route, and it was on sale, so I picked it up. That's one of the route extensions. So the DLC that they created, they've extended it by 40 miles, and it's coming out in the new game as one of the core routes. Okay, so I already own it. They're extending it, but I own it. So what they've said is we will create these starter packs. So if you already own one of the routes, such as the Eastern High Speed, you can just buy a cheaper version of the game. That sounds great. But German route and the American route are packaged separately. So you can buy the German route or the American route. You can't just say, I want both. Which I feel is a bit of an oversight. And what's worse, the pre-order bonus is only for the deluxe and the standard editions. So you can either get the deluxe and get, I think it's 3 or 5 days early access to the game. Basically, you can play it before everyone else. Okay. As someone who is now streaming irregularly, but streaming nonetheless, the idea of that is great because I can be like, hey, let's play the game and show the game, air quotes, early. But if you already own the Southeastern one, you don't get a discount on the basic package even. Now, that's a little frustrating. I wouldn't expect much of a discount, I'll be honest. You know, we've bought the route already. But let's say that route was 25 quid, which all the routes are, they're £25. And then all of a sudden, you're buying the same route, double the length, fair, but I already own half of it. And yes, I know it's got all the new fancy, it's got all the new lighting, it's got all that, and I respect that completely. But like a 25% discount on that would be great. And there is 0 discount at all on the core game. The deluxe edition does have a discount. It's 10%. The deluxe edition contains Spirit of Steam. I own that. There's no point me buying the deluxe edition because I own Spirit of Steam, and we're getting the update for free. So if you own Spirit of Steam, you get the update free. Brilliant. Love that. If you own Southeastern High Speed, you get the update in Train Sim 3 for free. Brilliant. Great. But again, I own it. If I'm getting a free upgrade, surely, if you're saying it's a free upgrade, but I'm having to buy it again as part of the core game, that's not a discount. That's not for free. If anything, I'm paying you for something I already own. And for me, that's where the problem is. And everyone's complaining about, oh, they could have put this as a free update for Train Sim World 2. They couldn't. I mean, in theory they could have, but that's not how the business side works. And they'd have got a lot of goodwill. But no one seems to be complaining about the fact that if you want the early access, you have to buy something you have already bought before. And that's the bit that for me is upsetting. And I wouldn't ask for much of a what do you call it, a discount. But I'd hope for at least a couple of quid just to say, look, thank you for your loyalty. And especially that most of the people who have this DLC, the Southeastern High Speed, it won't be the only DLC they'll have bought. In terms of UK routes, I own all of them. I own all of the UK trains. I own a few of the bits from America. I'll be honest, I'm not a big fan of the American services, and sorry to any Americans out there, but I'm not a big fan of those services. They don't do anything for me. Mostly because they're generally very big trains, and I'm going to miss this 20-mile-an-hour speed limit. They're very big trains that go very slowly, and I'm not a big fan of that. Oh, we might derail here. Oh, I'm gonna miss the station as well. One should pay attention to what is happening in the game because we're going to go through this red light. Disaster! Come on, train, stop! Stop! For the love of God, stop! Oh! We might do it. Like a glove. That was a complete and utter fluke. Let's not pretend like that was not a complete and utter fluke. But I'm going to celebrate that. Celebrate good times. Didn't run the red. Whoo! I mean, it's just as well I probably am already sweating because of the heat because that was squeaky bum time, I believe they say. So yeah, I'm upset there's not somewhat of a discount for loyal customers. I'm saying this, I'm then gonna say, but especially after the squeaky bum there. But, and it's a big but, because of the amount of platforms it's coming on, Steam, Epic Games, original Xbox One, PlayStation 4, so 8th gen consoles, Xbox Series X and S, and PlayStation 5. I can see that they're kind of going, that's a lot of different things and a lot of different people and a lot of different things and stuff. So I can kind of understand them going, hey, let's just not do kind of a discount for the base game. Because if you're doing it for one, you've got to do it for all. And I get that, and I completely respect that. But again, at the same time, it's just a bit disappointing that it makes me sound really petty here. It just makes me upset that there's not just a little bit of a discount for those people who have previously spent lots and lots of money on making this game. Why are we not moving? What have I done? What haven't I done? We've got brake pressure. There we go. I just had too much regulator. You just shoveled the thing. What are you doing? What are you doing? Let me just. Okay. I was going to hold the door open for you there. I'm hoping they fix this. Let me open the door for you. There you go. Door's open. It's desperately trying to close. Quick, shovel. There we go. You know what? You can deal with it yourself now, love. Because I'm going back outside because I really like the view. Haven't seen a single other train on this route. It's really disappointing. And this is why we need more DLC. That's why I want to give them my money. We need more DLCs with trains. Yeah, a couple more steam trains on this. Perfect. Stick an A4 on it. Perfect. I mean, the A4 did the East Main Line, if I recall, and this is part of the West Main Line. But shh, it would be cool to see, you know, a Silver Jubilee coming the other way, or Sir Nigel Gresley. Actually, no, Sir Nigel was definitely still around. I can't remember if the Silver Jubilee had been scrapped by this point. So this is like late 50s, early 60s, because World War Two really didn't play well with the 35 A4 classes. I watched a video on it yesterday because I'm that geeky. Who would have thought that knowledge would come in useful today? I genuinely didn't. I didn't actually plan on doing a stream until like next week with this, but I figured now was a good time. I didn't want to leave it too late. I didn't want to go too early before I had information. I didn't want to leave it too late. Yeah, I'm very excited by the idea of Transform World 3, and I will be picking it up. I don't know if I'm going to pre-order it. It would be fun to be able to go, hey, look at this game early. But at the same time, do I want to buy stuff that I've already bought at that price? I can't remember what the price is. In fact, while we're just running, I'm going to jump into Steam. Steam. Train Sim World. Where's 3? Train Sim World 3. 40 quid. 40 quid for the base game. 44.99 with a 10% discount for the deluxe edition. And the deluxe edition definitely is worth that because Spirit of Steam's 25 quid and you're getting it for, you know, less than 25 quid. So I 100% support that decision for those people who don't own Spirit of Steam. Or if it's your first time in the train sim. It's a great deal. It's outstanding. But it's not good for the people who already own it. Big green bus. That's a nice bus. Sorry, one of my pupils at school, that's how she remembers the notes on the stave. Every green bus drives fast. I prefer every green bogey deserves flicking, but that's because I'm a child. And I have no qualms with that. I would like a bit more speed, if I'm honest. Although our steam chest's a bit low. Let's build up a bit. I am trying to get better at this. I genuinely am. Because I love steam trains. Absolutely love them. It is scary that we're on the wrong track. And I have only just noticed that. We're on the wrong line. So let's hope we don't see another train that's coming on this track, coming right for us. I'm sure we'll be fine. Actually, one thing we should be doing, dropping this off a bit. Maybe that's why we're not accelerating. I know I've got a key combination set up for that. It's not that. Is it that? Nope. Don't know what it is. I don't want to press any more buttons in case I accidentally like do something stupid. Like blow up the train. Even though the safety's on. Still blow up the train. So yeah, I'm going to make the decision on, do I buy it and stream it? Or at least do I buy it earlier and stream it? So I will definitely buy it because I really like to. I've put a lot of hours into it. How many hours have you put into it? That's a very good question. 62.6. Yeah, not as many as I thought actually. Yeah, I kind of expected more. I expected around the 100-hour mark. Then again, generally a lot of games have actually been kind of lacking in time recently. Hence there hasn't been any streams in so long. Yeah, work's just been hell. I'm glad I've broken up for the summer. Ooh, wheel spin. Wheel slip, I should say. Still 4.8 miles, that's fine. So yeah, and because we're moving, it's harder to find space to set things up. There's boxes everywhere. Senor Sloth is in a box, I know, along with Baby Yoda and one of the sheep from Worms and all my other fun squidgies. So unfortunately, yeah, you won't be seeing him if there are, well, I say if, when there are more streams, and there will be streams coming. When they happen, you won't see Senor Sloth. But once we're in the new house, the plan is, yeah, it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be glorious, and we're going to do it properly. Woo woo. Um, and we're nearing the end of this journey, so we'll start to slow it down. Not literally, we're going to try and speed up because we can still do lots of speed. And talk about what the plan is, because there is a plan actually. I know, shock and horror. Hopefully, very soon I'll be streaming the climax of my City of Heroes with Frostfire. On Thursday evening, we did Frostfire with my regular gaming group, who are my parents, my uncle, and my auntie. First time they'd done Frostfire. That would have been nice to have done, but reasons didn't stream. And I would like to stream it sooner rather than later, because I want to move on to the next adventure with him. Because Frostfire is a big one. Frostfire is the big one. So I want to get that done. I want to get that out of the way sooner rather than later. Probably within the next week or two or three. Week or two or three. But we'll see what happens with that. So that's stream number 1 that I want to happen, City of Heroes. Stream number 2 that I definitely want to do is F1 Manager, because I am a massive F1 fan, and Ferrari haven't done a good job this year. Let's be honest. So, what I want to do is stream Ferrari winning the championship, because I don't think they're going to this year. And I did think they were going to, but then the Ferrari strategy team got involved. So I want to do let's play Ferrari winning the World Championship. I'm not going to say with Charles Leclerc. I hope he's going to be with Charles Leclerc. But if Chile wins, I'll take Carlos winning, because I love Carlos. He's a dude. So the plan is we're going to stream that, and I think it's the 25th of August, because I've pre-ordered it, obviously. We get the early access, so I'm hoping to do it kind of around then. My main playthrough is going to be with Haas. As much as I love Gunter, I want to be Gunter. So I will be. I'm going to be Gunter Steiner. That's going to be my proper playthrough. That's going to be I'm going to take Haas to win the World Championship. But that's going to be over multiple years. And I'm not streaming that. That one's my fun one. But I definitely want to do let's get Ferrari to win the World Championship in 2022, because they've not made the stupid strategy decisions, / have made worse strategy decisions because it's me in charge. We'll see how it works out, but it's going to be fun nonetheless, and I hope that you'll join me for that. When it'll be, yeah, probably around the 25th. It might be my first game on it. It might just be you know what, let's learn the game through streaming, because that's always fun. I mean, I streamed the first time I played Spirit of Steam. I'm streaming the first time I've been in the 8F. So potentially I might do that. There's no point whistling here. It's a dead platform, which is really sad. Really sad. But yeah, hopefully you'll join me for that. And then more Train Sim once not Spirit of Steam, once Train Sim World 3 is out, and I've made the decision if I'm actually going to buy it or not. We'll see. We shall see. Or I'll rephrase, if I'm going to buy it earlier or not. Do I wait for a Steam sale? We'll see. I've never been down here. It's my first time in Edge Hill sidings. This is very exciting. So yeah, that's kind of the plan. How much of it happens, we shall see. A lot of it comes down to time, because I have got a lot of stuff I need to do, and to sort and to pack. We're not moving till September, and I need to put some more brakes on. Yeah, we're not moving till September, but it's still once I go back to work, that ain't going to be no time. Ain't nobody got time for that. So I need to get it done. I need to get it sorted, or at least the big stuff. Because I also kind of wanted to do an unboxing Heart of Grrr from Warhammer Warcry, but again, there's no space. But I might do it once we're in the house. So, you know, if you can wait a few months, if you're interested in that, do drop a comment on the YouTubes, because I always read them. So if you're interested in actually seeing that, definitely let me know. I should start breaking. I'm not paying attention again. I don't know how people do it. How do they talk and figure out what the heck's going on in their life? I'm not very good at it, apparently. Right, let's just get rid of some steam. Just 'cause I hate the of the safeties. Yes, gliding her in with all the bajillions of wood. It's like literally all just wood here. All emptiness. It's wood or sadness. Okay, and we'll start breaking. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that a lot. Get a few more chuffs just for the road. Yeah, sorry it wasn't a heavy freight. That's what I had planned on. Oh well. And full brakes. And nailed it. Yay! And then wait for a minute. Good opportunity to say thank you for watching. A pleasure as always. I've had a lot of fun. Hopefully you've enjoyed the chat and found it interesting. And at least maybe got a bit of a different take on why people, my jobs, have done what they've done in terms of Train Sim World 3. I'm still very excited for it. You know, I am genuinely excited for it, and I'm glad they've put in the things they have. I can't wait to see the new lighting, especially from like Spirit of Steam, because this is something that I have quite a lot of knowledge on at this point. So actually being able to go, ooh, look how much better it is. And I'm assuming it will be, look how much better it is, as opposed to, sure won't be the case. But yeah, thank you for joining today. I've thoroughly enjoyed that. We got a silver medal. I'm not surprised. We did kind of, well, that. I don't know how we made that, if I'm honest. And we weren't that far off. We were only 10 minutes late. So overall, I'm quite happy with that. But yeah, no, thank you very much for joining me. We'll do it again sometime. Hopefully sometime soon. We'll see. So yeah, thank you again. I'm going to go and do some packing. Stay safe, stay awesome, and see you all next time. Thank you. Ta-da!